Yo, what's up everyone? I just finished uploading, or I just finished recording, I should say, the 30th episode of Marcus on Top, but now I ran into Kodama, and I think that might actually be the champion of the Mexican, or of some of the South American regionals, I should say, since he's using that exact same team and had a pretty high rating, so I just wanted to try and record this and see what the team that we bring to the table has to offer against someone like him. Rating was 18 and 15 from my opponent coming out, so let's just see how things go. I do just want to go for the same setup that I went for in the last game that I played with this team. And I don't know, not sure how I will upload this, probably just as a bonus episode, because I really like playing around with this team and figuring out like its strengths and weaknesses, because it's just like pretty different from teams I've used so far. But yeah, level 1 Smeargle was also a thing in 2010, and I know that DaFlo really liked to use that, so I don't know, it's kind of cool to see him going back to something like that, even after all those years. And yeah, back then it was level 1 Smeargle next to Dialga lead, and then you had Kyogre and Abomasnow in the back. A little bit different this time, but yeah, the idea is still similar. So my opponent decides to lead with Thunderous and Salamence, and yeah, since we do have that Mental Herb, I'm pretty confident just going for the Trick Room right away. But my opponent also looking to have a potential like Trick Room team. However, since we do have level 49 and level 13 Smeargle, we are guaranteed to underspeed everything on his team, at least with Smeargle, and underspeed like his primals with Groudon. So yeah, I feel comfortable setting up the Trick Room, especially seeing him leading off with Thunderous and Salamence, which could also indicate like a fast mode. So maybe he didn't even bring his Trick Room option in Bronzong, and then yeah, both the Groudon and the Smeargle just outspeed anything anyway. There's Groudon coming in for him, Salamence going out, but yeah, we will just go for an explosion anyway, and yeah, let's just see how this goes. Not sure what his Thunderous wants to do. Maybe if it's like Hidden Power Ice, Life Orb, that could be a problem. And outspeeds our Landorus and goes for that. But he just goes for a Protect. Okay, pretty cautious play, but definitely not a bad one by any means. So we will be able to set up Trick Room and sacrifice Landorus in the process. So Landorus going down, obviously not something you have to worry about too much, since yeah, basically Landorus' own one and only job, as we do get the critical hit on that Groudon with the explosion, I think. Yeah, it has to be a crit. Yep. Yeah, the only thing that Landorus has to do here on this team is intimidate whatever leads to make sure that Dialga can survive the first turn, and then go out with a big bang. Do we predict his Groudon to be min speed? I guess we have to. So that would mean we switch in Groudon, because if he has taunt on this Thunderous, he can just taunt Smeargle. And yeah, if he's min speed, then he would underspeed our Dialga, because since we're at the telepathy event, we have to be modest. And yeah, our Groudon, though, definitely underspeeding that Groudon, or like outspeeding in Trick Room. So we can go for the Fire Punch right there, since yet Gravity's not up yet. We could try to predict him and Fire Punch into the Thunderous, I guess. Or we could also go for the Precipice Blades and predict him to go into Kyogre. However, I really don't like going for those chances, and I think just Fire Punching the Groudon is fine. Having the 100 accurate move here, but actually withdraws Groudon. Maybe Salamence coming out then? Yep. So he goes for the Intimidate here, which is good. Good play. And yeah, Fire Punch won't do too much, but yeah, fortunately we did not go for the Precipice Blades. However, he's also withdrawing Thunderous. Wow, so we will get to see his last mon, and it actually is that Kyogre. So going for the Precipice Blades would have been the better play after all, I guess. But, maybe he didn't expect us to have Precipice Blades, or he predicted us to go for the Fire Punch. Either way, now with Gravity up, we can go for the Precipice Blades next turn. However, his Kyogre, and with his Bronzong on the team, there is like a very serious chance that he is very bulky and slow. And that would mean that a combination of Precipice Blades and Draco Meteor, should we even outspeed him in Trick Room with Dialga, because we wouldn't if he was quiet. Yeah, I doubt that would knock out the Kyogre. So that is definitely a little bit problematic. We do not have Protect here on this Dialga, since there's just no room for that. Tricky. We could go for the Draco on his Salamence, but I guess he wouldn't want to give up Salamence that easily. However, we could still try, and then switch out Groudon into Smeargle. Yeah, that seems like a fine play. So we will have the weather advantage later on, and yeah, since we're targeting down the Salamence with Draco Meteor, that ensures that Smeargle will stick around after this turn, so even if he went for like double attacks, but yeah, he just goes for the Protect, which is like the obvious play, but that's like certainly no problem. And he actually sets up the Calm Mind though with his Kyogre. Now that is definitely not something I expected to see here, but I don't think it hurts us too much. Calm Mind Kyogre. Yeah, he is actually also min speed, so he's like quiet and min speed, I guess, since he outsped our Dialga right there. So Gravity is still up, so that is going for us here. We could Draco into that Salamence. I think what he will do now is probably switch out his Salamence into Thundurus and Protect. Or, yeah, what do we even do? I think we switch into Groudon and we Dark Void. Yeah, and we Dark Void. Gravity is still up. We need to we need to consider the Trick Room turns though. And the fact that Dialga would outspeed his Kyogre outside of Trick Room, which is yeah, interesting, but yeah, since Dialga has to be modest, that just can happen. So yeah, he withdraws Salamence into Thundurus, as we thought, and guess he will Protect. Yep, he protects. So this Thundurus could be Lum or Chesterberry. That is what I was fearing a little bit. But yeah, there's not too much we can do about it if it has that item. So Dark Void hits. Now let's see. Okay, no Chesterberry, no Lumberry, nothing coming out. Good. Actually, Conti, the winner of the Arnhem Regional, he actually had the Chesterberry on his Thundurus. So yeah, it's a good thing that we don't see that here. So now we could go for another Dark Void, but I think we're actually better off just going for Endeavor onto the Kyogre, since it protected the turn before. Smeargle will be the fastest mon on the field right now, and then we can Precipice Blades to pick up KOs on whatever comes in there, or on the Thundurus. He actually withdraws Thundurus, probably into Salamence for Intimidate. Yep, there it is. But yeah, Endeavor, yeah, bypassing Intimidate entirely, so yeah, Precipice Blades will still be enough to take out that Kyogre. So comes out here, brings it down, and Precipice Blades, thanks to Gravity, always hits, also hits the Salamence, and deals good amount of damage to the Salamence. However, after Mega Evolution, it looks like that Salamence will be able to take another hit. So Trick Room is over, and yeah, we don't have Dialga out, which is a little bit concerning, but we get rid of that Kyogre, so that is definitely helpful, and his own Groudon is at very low health. However, yeah, we don't really have like a fast mon or anything that can help us here. Though, seeing as his Kyogre was so slow, maybe his Groudon is also really slow and our Dialga will outspeed it. But that could be really risky. So I think he could just go for Precipice Blades and Hyper Voice here probably. Or maybe though he might also fear us having a White Guard on the Smeargle. So I think we just go for the Protect and Dark Void play and see how it will work out. Yeah, this game will definitely be really close, and I think this turn is probably what decides it. I guess, yeah, it comes down to what he expects my Smeargle to have. We could have White Guard and then block a potential Hyper Voice and Precipice Blades combo. Or we could have Follow Me to draw away a potential Double Edge. Yep. And he goes for Rock Slide and Double Edge. Now that wouldn't have KO'd our Groudon, I guess. And it also doesn't KO our Smeargle, but he could still flinch us, so that is troublesome. But we do hit the Dark Void, nice. And yeah, that is really good right now. As long as we hit both targets, which we do, yeah, we can get the free hit off with Groudon the next turn, since both his mons are guaranteed to sleep right now. I think Gravity is over, so we won't be able to hit his Salamence with Precipice Blades. But yeah, his Thundurus in the back is also asleep, so things are looking really good here. I guess I will just fire punch the ground and set up gravity again. I could switch out into the Dialga, but I don't really think that we need to go for that. And yeah, hitting the ground basically just wins us this game, probably. His Thunderous most likely won't have a way to deal with our ground, and he just knows it and goes for the forfeit here. So we will take a victory here in this encounter, and yeah, goes to show that even against such a team like that, thanks to that level 49 that gave us like the confidence to go for a Trick Room mode anyway. So yeah, that avoids those like awkward situations where you're not sure whether you're speed tying and should I set up the Trick Room or will my opponent set up the Trick Room and then reverse it in the process. I don't know, like those mind games, you don't have to really like take care about those because yeah, thanks to the fact that you will always outspeed them in Trick Room, you can just safely try to set up your Trick Room and then be fine with that. So, do we play another battle? Nah. I think we'll actually, yeah, like this will be just a bonus episode to play a little bit more with the team, and yeah, I'm not even sure who that actually was I was playing against, but I will try to figure it out. And yeah, see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Like if you liked what you saw, and bye.